Hi, I'm Kep Kepner CPA here in Dallas. I'm going to tell you the story about a client of mine, and his story is very similar to other small businesses. This client's a construction company. They do they have a unique niche in which they provide their work, and they do $2 or $3 million a year in sales. And they had a full-time controller for quite a period of time. So this full-time controller was there working with their accounting software, and for whatever reason, she left. And so the client was also left with, well, what did she know and how did she do all that she did? So my client tried to get along with bookkeepers, and they hired some contract people to come in and help out, but nobody seemed to understand the way that the accounting system operated. And so what happened was their accounting started spiraling down. It wasn't possible to balance things every month, so they'd go for a few months without balancing. You'd put in an issue, an answer to an issue, and it would work for a while and not for another while. It was partly due to the software, partly due to nobody to train the accounting people on how to do it. This went on for a period of 6 to 8 months. So during that time, the accounting spiraled downward. And because the owner couldn't trust the financial statements, and the people he had working there couldn't answer the questions and couldn't reconcile things to his or their own satisfaction, the record keeping got worse and worse. So my client had some options. He could hire a full-time controller who would probably take 6 months to a year to learn all of this. They could go the contract route, hire a contract accountant to come in and work on a contract basis. And in fact, part of what they did was that. Or they could find some other solution. What their solution was, they hired a contract accountant to do the day in, day out work. They hired Kepner and Company to provide a senior person to come out as a part-time or fractional controller. So our fractional controller went out, worked on this client's work, and worked for about 6 months, spending a fair amount of time. After all, it took years of hidden information from the controller that was there before, plus another 6 months to a year of work while the business information was spiraling down. It took a long time to get that worked out. So one of my senior people acted as the controller at that company. The difference was that my senior person went out and not only did the role of the controller, but they also documented all the processes, set up controls so that when the accountant did certain things like reconciling the bank or accounting for asset purchases and sales or counting inventory, all of these kinds of things that were important to that business, he wrote up the results in the way of a user manual so that it could be followed every time. We had several meetings to define the controls between various divisions of the company. And when that was all said and done, and we got it down to the point of managing that on a monthly basis, the client no longer needed all of that time from our senior person. What they needed instead was somebody to come in every month, follow the manual, make sure the books were in good order, and prepare financial statements. So instead of now having a full-time salary of somebody that's very expensive, or a contract controller who was in there trying to build their own importance so they would continue to have a long-time contract job, they used a real part-time controller, somebody from our office, to do all that work and then put them down on a regular monthly accounting method, so that now they're going forward without the high cost of the salary that they would have, without the high cost of contract labor for a senior accountant, and a way of getting really solid financial statements every month. Not only did this work for that client, but we see that in a lot of small businesses where the person that's there working as the controller does it their way and nobody understands what it is. When we get in there, they do it the right way and they have it documented. We can help you with that too. Give us a call. Thanks.